reading House of Hades at the moment.
How far? What part? Okay, no spoilers. No spoilers. Hi.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome. Today we're going to be talking about Obsidian. The first portion of this live show is going to be spoiler-free, so if you haven't read the book, then that's all good. Yeah, I guess we'll start talking about... Let me just refresh this. Make sure did I tweet out a link? I think I tweeted out a link. Is that awkward stage of the part of the live show?
Reading House of Hades at the moment.
I'm just gonna finish the book. So. Hello, everyone.
Oh, I can hear myself. Whoops. Okay, we're all good. We're all good. Awesome. Oh, did Kurstin leave
Looks
us?
like Schmack got dropped.
Oh no!
That's exactly what was happening in the Twilight live show that we were doing. Everybody was getting dropped.
That's so sad. Why does it do this? Hopefully she'll be able to come back though. Okay. Oh, I know what I need to... There we go. Back!
Am I good now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Because it like froze and I was just like, oh no, what's going on? So I refreshed it and then it just had me redo all the steps. So.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Alright, so the people that are watching will be using, for the most part, the Q&A app thing for the Google Plus live shows, whatever it is. There should be a link like on this video, like a link annotation kind of thing that you can click on.
I got it. Okay.
For us, it's on the left-hand side sidebar. It's just a speech bubble with Q&A. But yeah. Sorry. still reading
Reading the damn book. I'm so close.
So close. Oh my gosh. You're doing good. You're doing good.
How many pages?
Let me get my calculator out again. I'm really failing algebra, so just know that.
What page are you on?
303.
So you have 32 pages. Yeah, 32 pages.
Okay, I'm gonna get reading now.
Okay.
Getting there.
I'm so close.
I believe in you.
Okay, so I guess we'll kind of start with going through what we each thought of the book, what we rated the book. Yeah, so I gave Obsidian 3.5 out of 5 stars. I thought for the most part it was like it was quite fun and like an addictive book to read, but I had issues with Damon, who I really didn't like, and the writing. There was a few like inconsistencies, and I really didn't like how the dialogue was done for some reason. It just didn't seem to work for me. So overall, it was pretty good, but like obviously not perfect.
Yeah, I think I felt the exact same way. I gave it a 3 because it was just like, alright, I liked it and I didn't like it at the same time. And again, I didn't like Damon at all. So that was a bummer. But yeah, it was alright.
Yeah.
I'm kind of the opposite end of the spectrum from y'all. I actually gave it a 5. I loved it. Just because I like how simple the writing is, and it reminded me a lot of Twilight. And I just liked how simple it was and easy to read. I can get through it really quickly. I thought Damon was hilarious just because I have a habit of liking difficult characters.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I definitely thought it was like quite an easy, like it was definitely something that you could read really quickly.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Definitely.
Yeah. What about you, Kurstin?
I gave it a 3.75. That's what I've been doing a ton with books now. Because, like, I found Damon very consistent at being inconsistent. Like, and because, like, he just, like, one minute they'd be just, like, completely flirting with each other, and the next moment the cat would be giving him the finger. And I was just like, seriously? Like, really? And then I found the book part, like the book blogging part, very like unconvincing that she loved a book.
Yeah,
like,
same.
It was like one moment like book blog everything, and the next moment like what are books?
Yeah, it sort of felt like it was just put in there to entertain the readers because we obviously like reading, and it would be
Yeah.
like sort of a connection between the reader and Katie. But
Mhm.
Yeah.
I didn't feel that genuine to me.
Yeah, I think it was
Yeah,
supposed to be like, I think it was supposed to be like an enticing thing, like, oh, she reads. I want to
Yeah,
read this because she reads. It, like, have all of you read Throne of Glass?
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
like, it's really good. It's blew my mind. Favorite book of the year so far. But like, Selena loves reading, and like you can tell she loves reading because she reads all the time. And I found it so convincing. But like with Katie, I was like, not really. Like she went to the library, she had a book blog, stuff like that, and I thought it was just so, it was just there. It wasn't like part of her. Like me, I
She was
read
never
every
actually
day.
reading in the book. Like she was posting on her blog, but she was never actually reading a book in the book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, I got books in the mail. Are you going to read those books? Uh, but like,
How about Oh, sorry. You keep going.
no, I was going to say that I really loved the alien part, like the light people
Yes.
and the dark people. I thought that was just, blew my mind. I was just like, yes, she
That
nailed
was-
that on the head.
That
Yeah.
was like my favorite part, but I didn't think that was in it enough to
Mm.
kind of bring it up like 4 or 5 stars. I
Mhm.
wish it was in it more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you, Lauren? How are you liking it so far?
I'm liking it.
Yeah.
I'll give a better rating when I'm actually done with it.
Yep.
But I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5.
Mhm.
I'm liking it. It's fun to read, and Damon, he's okay. He's like a maybe on my scale, but I really like Dee. She's cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
she was
She's
fantastic.
one of my faves.
People said that their favorite character was Dee, which was I quite
Yeah,
agree.
she's a cool person.
She's just so fun and happy all the time, and she's just so lovable.
Yeah. And she was like practical. Because,
Mhm.
like, I don't know if I can say because someone's still reading the book and it might be telling us something. But
What part is it?
are you at the climax? Are you at the climax or no?
I am at the part where it's like Halloween, but she's
Oh,
at
no, you haven't hidden it. Oh, wait,
Dee's.
what?
She's
Oh,
at
you're about to
Dee's.
get there. You're
Ooh,
about to
I'm gonna read it now.
We can talk about that later then.
get there. Yeah.
Oh,
But, yeah, she's just, I found her to be, like, brave, but smart about it.
Mm.
Yeah. And then happy and go lucky. So
Yeah. She's just so giddy all the time. I loved it.
Yeah.
And then yeah.
Yeah.
Did
But
anyone think it was weird how all the triplets, their names started with the same letter?
Yeah.
I was thinking that it was like maybe like a Luxon thing.
Yeah, it probably is a Luxon thing, but like, it's still weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found it hard to keep Adam and Andrew apart.
Yeah, I didn't really know that.
I didn't even try.
Yeah,
Until like the very end. Until the very end. But like one of them, I was just like, it mentioned. I think it was Adam. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like, what's he gonna do? Like he's gonna be important sometime. That's what's going through my head. But I don't know because I just finished it.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I think there was one part where Katie mixed up the two of them, so that just like screwed with me even more. So I'm like, wait. Oh. So I gave up. I had no.
Just a giant question mark.
Yeah. Pretty much.
And like I found like grammatical and like spelling mistakes in mine for some reason.
I did too. Yeah.
Like I think she was saying shopping one time and it said clopping and I was like, what? I was just like, okay.
Yeah, I definitely found some grammar mistakes in mine too.
Yeah.
Me and D are going clopping. Just yes.
Yeah, that's a weird one. Alright, I think this is a good question. Do you plan on continuing on with the series?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so confused. Not confused, but I'm like hesitant.
Yeah. I've heard for the most part that some of the other, there's a, I don't know if it was the second or the third, wait, there's 5 books. Third or fourth? I don't know. A lot of people are saying like the third or the fourth book was like their favorite out of the series.
Yeah, I heard people say Opposition was their least favorite.
Yeah, my friend James, he said he liked Opposition the best. So,
Is Opposition the last one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever he sees me with the book, he's like, "Remember, the 5th book is the best." I'm like, "Okay."
Okay.
I told James. All right.
With it, I already actually started Onyx, so I'm loving them so far. I'm definitely gonna try to read the whole series.
Maybe I will continue because the thing I didn't like probably most, was how Damon treated Katie in this book.
Yeah.
And now that she knows in the next book, he won't be so much of a dick. So yeah, I probably will continue.
Even when she did know in this one, he still was an asshole. And I was like, maybe it will get better, but in this one I was hoping it would, but like even at the end of it I still felt the same way. I'm just like, meh.
Yeah, I
But,
know.
I love that Katie would stand up to him though. She did not back down. You read parts where you're like, oh my gosh, she's gonna start crying and run away, but she never did. Like she was always up front and rude back, and I love that about her character.
Yeah,
I was surprised she didn't backhand him. I was so surprised. Because if like someone did that to me, I would just straight up be like, no, slap.
yeah. She could be quite sassy, so that was good.
Yeah. It was a good sassy. Okay, close this window.
Yeah. Alright, so I think we're going to start answering some questions and getting into the spoilery bits now. So if you haven't finished reading the book, except Lauren, obviously, she's almost at the end. But yeah, if you're watching and haven't read the book, we're probably going to start talking about some spoilery stuff. So you can leave and come back once you've read it, or do whatever you want, but just thought I'd give a heads up. But yeah, since we're talking about Katie, answer this question. There's a couple of questions like this, but what were your thoughts on Katie? So like any other opinions on Katie that you want to discuss?
I liked her mom.
Yeah. She was cute.
Her mom, when they're about to go to homecoming, I was just like, yes.
Or just whenever she was about to go somewhere with Damon, she was like,
yeah, go on.
Adorable.
She also had a habit of making stupid decisions, though. Like, you have this neighbor who literally acts like he hates your guts, and you're going to go out into the woods with him or out to a lake where you have no idea what he's doing, you don't know him at all.
Yeah.
And then to go to homecoming with the other guy and just start walking out into the woods with him when he's pretty sketchy. I thought she made some really stupid.
Yeah.
She has the best judgment.
Yeah, and I hated right after that how she's just like, I can handle myself. I can do whatever I want. And I was just like, he literally just proved you wrong. Like 3 seconds later.
Yeah.
I liked her bravery when the Aram, if I'm saying that right, was like attacking Damon. I loved how like she was just like, holy crap, and then her body was just like, get going, girl. You gotta go help him.
Yeah.
Oh, did anyone? Sorry.
I was just gonna say she kind of made up for like her silly, stupid mistakes when she did that.
Right.
Sort of.
Yeah.
What did you guys think of Damon's nickname for? I hated it. I hated that he called her Kitten. Oh my god, it was so annoying.
It kind of made me a little bit.
Yeah, I was so like every once in a while I'd be so confused. Like, is it her name Kitten, Katie, or Cat? I was just like, what is this?
Like,
This triangle of names.
when you hear of when you hear kitten, it's sort of like an endearing thing, and he started calling her kitten from like day one, and it was just kind of weird.
Yeah, I was like, it just seemed to come out of nowhere. Like, how did you even like what? Just randomly said, I'm like, you don't even know who she is. What?
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Oh well.
What can you do? What can you do? Alright, how about, what did you think about the concept of the Aram and the whole Luxon versus Aram thing, since we kind of touched on that a little bit earlier on?
I actually really like it.
Go ahead.
Who's talking?
Go ahead. I can wait.
No, you go. Sorry.
I found like the whole light and dark concept a little cliche, but I kind of liked it because it was like good versus evil, light versus dark, which is like a normal concept to everybody. So we'd all understand. We wouldn't get confused who's the bad guy and who's the good guy. And again with the like light powers and how the Aram like take their powers, I thought that was like so clever. Like the Aram are like humans, so they have to kill the Luxon to get powers. I thought that was a really good idea on her part, Jennifer Lawrence's part. So
yeah, I felt like.
we keep doing this.
I felt like the what's it called? The whole it's not fantasy, like the paranormal aspect, that whole light versus darkness and all that. I found it really interesting. Like I don't think I've ever read any paranormal like that before, so I actually really liked it.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like you see angels and demons a lot, and you don't, but like light and dark, that's something I don't think I've ever read about. So I thought that was so interesting that she took something just so normal that we think of, like light and dark. We don't really think of that in a paranormal aspect, but this book definitely made me think like that. So I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, she kind of made the contrast more of a literal thing, like with the light and dark, rather than like just saying they're good and evil kind of thing, like making them very like visually opposite as well, so you can tell, like in their natural form sort of thing.
But then again, I wish we did it more.
Pardon?
Then again, like I wish that aspect was in the book more often.
Yeah, because we were kind of introduced to it sort of later on, but obviously that's going to be a huge part in the next books.
Yeah.
I don't read very much paranormal stuff, paranormal romance. Like I think this is like my first full. I've read an entire paranormal book. Like I haven't read Twilight or anything. So and I read paranormal, but like they're not romance. So it was kind of like new to me. So I thought it was just interesting.
Yeah. Interesting. Touching on the Twilight, because I've seen this a lot in like the comments. People are saying like comparing it to Twilight. So like a lot of people saying it's Twilight with aliens, but it's not revealed that Damon and Dee are aliens until halfway through the story. Did that affect the story at all for you?
Kind of pissed me off. I was like, where, like, she's assuming it's aliens, and I thought it was like, maybe it's like a spoiler, because on the back, on the description thing, it says, my neighbors are aliens, and so you're like, okay, then it comes up really quick. And you get halfway through the story, and he's finally like, yeah, we're aliens, and I'm just like, really? Like, couldn't that come up earlier? And I found it annoying that Katie didn't bring it up with Dee or Damon earlier, because, like, if they were telling me I'm crazy when a guy goes underwater for, like, 10 minutes, I would have been, like, crap my pants and just go out and so mad.
Yeah, I know.
I probably would have never spoken to him again. And plus, like, he's been such a jerk, and then he disappears underwater for 10 minutes, I'd be like, nope, not.
Yeah. No, I think it was hard because it had the fact, like, it the synopsis tells you that there are aliens, and then the fact that in the story there's such a huge mystery about it, it just seems like it kind of took away from it. Like, I think I probably would have been more intrigued if I didn't know that there were aliens.
Why aren't you watching?
Yeah, I'm sorry if people are yelling. My family's coming in.
Yeah, so I kind of wish that I didn't know there were aliens, but the fact that I knew that there were aliens really intrigued me, because I hadn't read anything with aliens really in it before. Well, not much anyway. So, yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
With your new video, Kat, about comparing books, did you feel like this one was over the line, or was it alright?
Like, it's still annoying when people say it, but when I was reading it, there were some scenes that were really reminiscent of Twilight. The whole like saving them from the vehicle kind of thing.
Yeah.
There was that one. I was just thinking about it before. There was another scene that really reminded me of Twilight, but like overall, it's not quite. But it's not really like Twilight. But there was just some scenes that seem similar. But
yeah, like maybe like the climax. Not gonna spoil anything, but because somebody's still reading, and like how they were fighting. Maybe that was like the mirror room. I don't know his name, James or something, against Edward. Like their fighting could have been the same. Maybe I still haven't read the books.
Yeah,
I'm assuming from the movies.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I really don't like when people compare books either. That's like one of my biggest pet peeves, because I feel like books are their own entity and you should give them a chance. And I have a best friend who does that a lot, and it drives me insane. So, I mean, there absolutely is things that are very similar with Twilight. Like, I know I was looking at Nancy Pepper Price's book, really pointed them all out and went through it everything. But it was just, I don't know, I feel like it ran its own entity still too. It wasn't exactly like Twilight, so I thought it was interesting, but I knew that it was aliens way before I ever read the books, just from friends. So I guess that didn't really shock me at all. I knew it was coming.
Yeah, I knew from the start that it was going to be aliens. I'm like, okay, can we come to the realization now?
Come on, hurry up. Yeah, because like I felt like there's so many just like things, like little breadcrumbs dropped for Katie to pick up, like they're aliens, stuff like that. But she was just sitting there like, oh, they're just neighbors, they're strange, I'm crazy, kind of thing. And I was just like, really?
I'm not sure if I would.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, how many times did that happen to her with Dee around, like, to Dee, and she still didn't like ask her about it?
Yeah.
That's funny.
We just live in a world, like, if you think about it real life, like, if I've had an alien move in next door to me, I'm going to avoid thinking he's an alien over anything. Like, even if he's underwater for 10 minutes, I'm going to think something's weird about it, but I'm not going to believe, oh, an alien exists right next door to me, because she doesn't know that this stuff exists yet. So I guess I found it kind of believable, because I wouldn't jump onto the fact that they're aliens until somebody told me or something really happened where I saw it.
Yeah, no, I actually quite agree with that. When I was reading it, I was like, obviously because we know what they are, we're just kind of like, come on, Katie, like, you've got all the clues there. But, like, if you think about it, like, if that happened to me, I would think I was going crazy. I wouldn't think anything weird of them. Well, maybe I thought they were a bit weird, but I'd be like, what is happening to me, kind of thing. So.
See, I'm the exact opposite. Like, I see you do something strange, and I'm just like, alien, werewolf, hybrid. I'm so just like, literally, like, when I was about to get to the climax, my mom was telling me to take out the trash. I saw someone outside. I was like, arm. I'm not going outside. No, thank you.
Oh, excuse me. Okay. How about this one? What is our favorite and least favorite characters? Why and why are they the least favorite?
D.
I think my favorite's D, and then my least favorite. Oh, it's hard because I really didn't like Ash, but I think the fact that Damon was so like back and forth, like just really irritating. Like with Ash, you know she doesn't like Katie, but Damon, is like, what the hell is going? Yeah, so.
Straight up, she's just like, you suck, kind of thing.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I think I'm the same. Sorry?
Hey, you can go ahead.
Okay, I think D was probably my favorite, and probably Damon or Ash as well, my least favorite. Damon just got on my nerves so many times. I hate when in books the author puts in that sort of stereotypical guy character, and at the end you realize that he was just like doing that because he's trying to protect her, and I don't know. It's just sort of I've had enough of those kind of characters, but yeah, he was probably my least favorite
Yeah,
character.
stereotypical douchebag in the book.
I love that. That made Damon was my favorite character, which I know that makes me kind of the odd one out, but I love about a character that is that irritating because it's so fun. Like when he would poke her in the back with his pencil and stuff, that just cracked me up. I love difficult characters like that, and I thought he was so funny. And I thought, like, I love Katie too. She's another of my favorite because of how they were just back and forth bantering all the time, and she didn't just step down to him. I thought they were so funny. I loved Emma.
Like, Dee's my favorite, and then like again, I have this like super just suspicion for Adam that like I swear like if Katie and Damon ever break up, I'm rooting for Adam.
Really?
Yeah. Not Andrew, the nice one that heals well, or whatever, that Damon
Wait,
said.
wasn't Adam with D? No.
In the very end, yeah. When they're in her house. Trying not to spoil. Yeah, he was like, she said that he's being nicer to her, and like actually talking to her now. So I'm super suspicious about him. I don't know. Matthew. I don't know why, but Matthew just kind of like, I don't know about Matthew either. The like teacher dude.
Yeah, I'm kind of like, how are you gonna play out in the story?
My least favorite character, I wouldn't say Damon, because I liked how he was. One moment he'd be like super cute, and the next moment you're kind of like on, and then the next moment you're just like really shut up. I don't know. Really just shut up. And but Ash was probably my least favorite. Ash and Adam or Andrew. Adam interested, Andrew and Ash want to play. So yeah. Because, like, when they were rooting to just send her to the DOD, I wanted to just be like, girl, like, give her a chance. She may have thrown spaghetti on you, but give her a chance.
I love that. I love that scene so much. I was like, yes!
Hilarious.
I was in math class when I read it, and I just, like, fist pumped, and, like, so many kids looked at me like, really? And I'm just like, you don't understand. You don't read. You don't understand.
Yeah, that part was the best. It was. I
love
didn't think
how,
she could do it, and then just like, what?
I thought she was gonna chicken, and then she did it. And I love like those parts in books because like I'm never gonna do that to someone, but like I love reading someone doing it to someone else because then I like, because like in a book I kind of become the main character, and I'm just feeling like I would throw it on them, just like yes. I don't know why. I like that part. That part.
Well, that's one of those parts where she stands up to them that I thought, because you think she's going to start crying, and I'm like, oh, this is making me so mad. She's about to run off and cry in a bathroom stall. Then she dumps the spaghetti. I was freaking out. I just thought that was great about her. She's so different from your normal main girl character because she's not so, like, I can't help myself and I have to be dependent on a guy. She's just her own person. That's really cool.
Yeah, no, I thought that was really, really refreshing to see because, like you said, it's just like in so many other books, like they're just kind of like, oh, I'll be in my little shell, like I don't stand up to people, sort of thing. But she was just like, she's like, nah, I ain't taking no bull crap. So I like her.
I love how at the end of that chapter, like the very last line is like, I'm not going to be pushover Katie anymore. I was just like, girl, you do it. You don't be pushover Katie anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I found her easy to connect to because, like, in her thoughts, she became, like, more sassy and more, like, headstrong, which I am. But in actuality, I'm, like, super shy.
Yeah. You don't seem it.
I am. I have ADHD, so I kind of, like, when there's new people, I'm just like, oh my gosh, new people. Just, like, talk. Yeah. But, like, if you actually knew me, you'd be like, Kurstin, get out of your shell. Kurstin, get out of your shell. Yeah. I'm the library typical nerd.
Oh. Okay, how about we go talking back about Katie's mum again. Did you think that Katie's mum being away all the time was a little too convenient for the story? And as far as parents go, how does Katie's mum compare, seeing as most YA parents are dead, non-existent, kind of like Katie's mum, I suppose, like with being absent most of the time sort of thing?
I found her there at, like, I found her at the right place at the right times. Like, her being at the hospital when Katie was attacked, and, like, her, the prom thing. Just, like, I found her at the right place at the right time.
I mean, I understood why she was, like, gone for the night and stuff like that, because, you know, she's working in the hospital, and shifts could get crazy. But, yeah, I mean, I didn't get annoyed at how convenient it was or anything. I'm just like, alright, yeah.
Yeah. No, I think, yeah, I kind of agree, because I didn't really think about that, like, that didn't really come up when I was reading it, but I think it was also because, like, when she was there, she was, like, really present, and you can tell she really cared about Katie. She wasn't like that absent parent who doesn't really, like, talk to their kids kind of thing and doesn't really care about what they do sort of thing. Like, I don't know, I thought she was just really funny as well.
Yeah, so. She was so funny.
I thought she was a lot more involved than a normal parent too. Like they said, with YA parents, usually they're dead or not around. She was around more than you see the typical parent being around, but she's trying to push Katie to be friends with other people and to get out of her shell and do something different than she used to do. So it makes sense that she's letting her get out and do things and invite people over and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I liked how, like, in the beginning, Katie was like, I'm a good kid, so my mom trusts me, kind of thing. And then, like, throughout the book, you could tell that she was a good kid, and it was a good reason her mom trusted her to be alone at home at night. So I found that really, like, nice, because, like, in some YA books, it's like, I'm a good kid, and then they go out and do drugs, and you're like, you're not really a good kid.
And I have boys sleeping.
It's just like, I understand why your mom, like, lets you chill at home and, like, hang out with Dean without being mad about you being over at her house all the time and stuff like that. Like, yeah.
Yeah, no, exactly. I thought it was, like, really reasonable and, like, you can understand why her mum did the things that she did and, like, was so trusting and stuff like that. So that was good. It was good.
Yeah.
All right. What did you think of Jennifer L. Armentrout's world building? I'm assuming that's, like, in terms of the Luxon and things like that. And I think kind of because we didn't really know, like, it wasn't revealed to Katie what Damon and Dee were until later on, so we didn't really get to see too much of it. Like, we know what they are, and we kind of know about the battle between the light and the dark, but we don't know much about, like really in depth about their history and their, like, old planet sort of thing, if you get what I mean.
And, like, all their powers. Like, we know some of them.
Yeah. And, like, we know how they are, like, kind of their roles in, like, on Earth and things like that, like, on a general basis, but I really want to see more, so I'm excited about that.
Yeah, same. That's why in the general YA paranormal, I wish we had, like, dual point of views. So because, you know, the guy is usually the paranormal, and we don't see we don't see any of, like, that aspect because we're always in the girl's head. Well, usually anyway. And that's why, I don't know, I felt like if we had Damon's point of view, it would have been so much better to read. And definitely
I think it would be more interesting, yeah.
Yeah.
I like how, like, in the book she said, like, I'm gonna keep forgetting it, but emu, the dark things, the dark alien things. How they come on comets, like meteor showers and falling stars. I thought that was so cool. I was like, that actually makes sense. They're coming with like meteors to hide from like the DOD and stuff like that for like so they don't know more are coming. How there are more there than they actually think. So I like that part.
I think we're going to learn a lot more about them in the next few books because, like you were saying with Katie, we don't really know that they're aliens yet, so we don't really get to learn a whole lot about them. So I'm hoping in the next few books we really learn a lot more about the world. Like I read Alienated, and you don't really learn a whole lot about the aliens in Alienated yet. But then in the next book, she goes, there's a whole switch of planets and stuff, so you learn a lot more about.
Don't spoil. Haven't read it. Want to get it. Yeah. What do you think about like the book being named Obsidian and the emu's like weakness being Obsidian? Do you think like the onyx and opal and stuff will be like other weaknesses? That's what I was thinking.
I haven't thought about that actually, because I was wondering how Obsidian was going to play into like why the book was called Obsidian sort of thing. When I was reading, and obviously we learned that it's because it's their weakness kind of thing. So yeah, I'm assuming that they're going to play some sort of role like that. So that'll be interesting.
Well, they have to. I'm thinking the aliens have to have the good ones have to have a weakness too. So probably one of the names is going to be one of their weaknesses.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I thought when I finished the book.
Yeah, I hadn't even thought about that.
Me neither. I just like usually in usually in YA books, the name isn't too connected with the story. Like usually anyway, and so I just took it as in, they mentioned it once in the book. It's all right.
We're good.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. How about this one? I think I've already sort of answered this, but what scene did you enjoy the most through the book? And like my one was when Katie dumped spaghetti. Was it spaghetti? She dumped a plate of food on Ash's head.
It was spaghetti.
Yep. Good. That was my favorite. Just,
yeah, that's probably
it. Sauce all over Ash, noodles all over Damon.
That was a good. I'm trying to think if I have. I mean, I loved all of the scenes where Katie and Damon have to interact, and there's always like bickering and stuff. I liked all of those scenes. So it's hard to pick a favorite, but I definitely loved the spaghetti scene. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah.
I love the part where Katie became a Bamf and just went after that arm. And with the obsidian knife, I was just like, you go, girl. And, like, I was screaming the entire time, just like, kill him with the knife. Kill him with the knife the entire time. I was just like, come on. So that's my favorite part.
I love that.
Yeah. Pretty good sassy moments. All right. This one doesn't really apply to me because I haven't. But have you read any other books by Jennifer L. Armentrout? And if so, how does the writing style compare?
First L. Armentrout book.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, this is the only one I've read so far. So.
Yeah.
I really want to read Half-Blood though. Half-Blood sounds so good. Yeah. Looking forward.
Yeah, there's quite a few books and stuff though.
She writes so many books. Oh my god.
I know.
Yeah, she's a writing machine, the same way Kat from Catty-tastic is a reading machine.
Yeah. So.
What was your favorite part about her writing style? I'm gonna do that with this question.
Probably that it was so easy to read.
Yeah, I like the simplicity of like he walked toward her instead of like he strutted toward her or he he bunny hopped toward her. Like, I like that. It was just so simple. It was just like so simply stated. Like, I picked up the plate and hucked it at them. Like, I kind of like how it was just like it was so simple and like you didn't have to like translate it in your head.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Just so easy. Like you could really just fly through this book, and I think, oh no, I think that was really fun. So I might even marathon the rest of the books. I think it'd be a good series. Like based on the writing style and how easy and quick it is, I think it'd definitely be a good like series kind of marathon through.
It's probably the best way to read this kind of series. Because if you move it for too long, you'll start to overanalyze and not as much. Yeah.
I don't know if I could marathon it because like I suck at marathoning books because like I find it just I get sick of it after a while. I'm just like please just like stop it. So, like I'd have to like. Plus Blood of Olympus is coming out, so I'm not starting any books for 2 days. Don't know how that's gonna go. But
man, get behind.
Kelly, did you answer?
I don't know. What was the question? I got cut out, or my internet dropped.
Yeah, I got 2 of you.
Yeah.
What was your favorite part of her writing style?
I like that it was simple. Again, it's very simple and easy to read, and it was captivating. So it's one of those books that I can sit and I can read like in one sitting or in a couple of hours and not get bored of it. Because some books that have heavier writing styles, like Cassandra Clare, for instance, it's harder for me to just sit and read the book all in one. I have to take breaks and stuff. So I like that I could just sit and read this book, and it was just easy to do that.
Should I feel bad that I haven't read any of the City of Bones books?
You should definitely get on that.
So behind.
I read like all of her books just this year, so I'm not that far behind you either.
Main reason I haven't started a booktube channel is because I feel like I'm too behind on all, like, the Immortal Instruments, the Clockwork series, Twilight, all this stuff. I feel too behind to start a booktube channel.
Totally do it anyway.
You don't have to.
Because I started in 2012. That was when I started reading books. So.
Sure, that's loads anyway. Just talk about the books you read.
Hunger Game rants.
Oh, yeah.
All the way.
Okay, another question. Would you live, I'm assuming like want to live, in this version of our world with those types of aliens? Why or why not?
Yes. Oh my god, yes. But I'd have to be a Luxon, otherwise, no.
Yeah, because like if you're a human and you know if you find out what they are, you can be
Yeah, exactly.
taken out.
Plus that Zoom thing would get hecka annoying.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'd want to live in a world that has any of this paranormal stuff because once you know about it, bad things are bound to happen to you.
Yeah. Bad things always happen.
At least you lived to be in 5 books. If anybody got that joke.
Wait, what was it?
Referencing Katie, if you're able to live through 5 books. Like, I don't think she's died. She died in the end of one of them. So, hopefully she doesn't. We don't want another Red Book happening.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think that if I did live in that kind of world, I'd definitely want to be a Luxon. Yeah. I think either way I'd be in danger if, like, I was around any of the alien stuff, like, because the Aram, always the threat the Aram, but then if you're human and you, like, meet one, and then you happen to get close to one, then...
And if you're Luxon, you have powers to protect yourself, so...
Or you can just be a human that doesn't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's no fun.
That could be us right now, though.
It's not fun.
I know, I always think about that, and it's so funny.
like, really, what if?
There could be demigods. There could be wizards. And we're missing out.
So jealous. So jealous.
Just books.
I think aliens being on the planet in general would just be like, I don't know, not good.
Have any of you read? Have any of you read the Lorien Legacies series by Pickus Lore?
I haven't. My sister loves it. I am James Frey. Just I've heard like rumors that Pickus Lore is James Frey, and I'm just like, I don't know. Especially like Katrina, from your like review of like when you were talking about Endgame and how it was by James Frey, I looked it up, watched like 5 videos, and I'm just like, I don't know about Full Fathom 5.
I knew about James Frey, and when I got the book, I just didn't click until people were commenting on the whole video. I'm like, oh my god, it is. Whoops. I didn't realize. I probably like.
I found out yesterday. I almost died.
Oh wow.
Because he wrote the Lorien Legacies, and that's like one of my favorite series, and now I feel like kind of weird.
Yeah, my sister has all of the books, and she loves them, so she's gonna pressure me to read them, but I'm just gonna try and explain Full Fathom 5 to her, and I think she's just gonna be like, whatever, it's a book, just read it. It's fantastic. But I just don't know, like, cause
it's definitely
Full Fathom 5. Yeah.
Well, I just brought it up because in that series they have aliens in it as well, and I'd want to be in that world as an alien as well, like Kurstin. So.
Yeah, I read like the first like 50 pages as a library book, but I had to return it. I remember liking the first 50 pages, so trying not to compare it to the movie.
Those aliens are nothing to play with, so aliens are like, I don't know.
Come on, Kelly, have some fun.
I have a friend on BookTube, Selena from OXX Snap. Y'all might have seen her channel, but she actually did a video of why she hates aliens so much and how every book that has aliens, they're doing something to mess up Earth in some way, which is kind of true. I mean, there's always issues when aliens are around.
Crap is hitting the fan.
Yeah. I think this is a good question. What did you think about the ending? Now I remember what. Oh, should we talk about it alone?
I think she has us on mute.
Okay.
Just like no spoilers.
Okay, I can't tell. Just not responding. So okay.
But look at that beautiful cover.
I know.
Beautifully ugly cover.
Okay, so what did you think about the ending when Damon told Katie he liked her? Did you like that she didn't throw herself into his arms as soon as she found out, rather than making him prove his feelings for her? I definitely like that fact, because he was so on and off. It's kind of like, if I was her, I'd be like, is he just playing with me again, sort of thing. So I really like that. She didn't just like fawn over the guy. And just,
I don't know. I didn't like how she made it a challenge. How she's just like how he was like, you know, I like a challenge, and she was like, I do too. I was kind of like, really?
I loved it because most girls in YA books immediately jump into the guy's arms, like just instantly. And she was like, no, he only likes me for this reason. I'm not going for this. He's going to have to prove that he really likes me if he wants to be with me. So again, I thought that was really cool about her character. She's just so different from the typical YA girl protagonist.
She kept surprising me. I really liked it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, agree.
How do you guys think about like the kiss being like 75% through the book? The kiss.
What you mean?
The like when Damon breaks her laptop part, like when they kiss, the first time they kiss.
Sparks flying.
Oh.
Literally.
Yeah, sparks flying. And I hated how like Damon was there like jumping jacks, and she's like, I don't have a bra on, like in her head. I was just like, okay. And then they start kissing, and then she's like, I took off my shirt, and I'm just like, girl. You serious? You keep your shirt on.
Escalated quickly. Dude, I would have killed him if you destroyed my laptop. I would have been
I know. Like.
so pissed. That's my baby.
Yeah, my personal laptop is kind of crap, so I don't know. I think I'd just be like, you're buying me a new laptop, even though mine's crap.
No, if it scorched my back,
It deserved to be blown up.
Have you finished it yet?
Yay!
Yeah, I have a really bad headache from reading for so long.
Oh no.
I'm trying to speed read. I can't do that. Speed reading and me are just two opposite things.
And finally joined the chatting.
Yay, new friend!
So what did you think about, like, what would you rate it now that you've read the rest of it?
My hair is just like falling out of my ponytail. Still a 4. Still a 4.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the action sequence at the end.
Yeah.
I like action a lot.
I got
Like,
so
it looks
pumped
like-
during that part.
Yeah, I was just like, oh!
And then we're like all watching you just to see when you finish.
Yeah, I was just sitting here just like with a straight face, but in my mind I was like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
It's happening!
Like, conceal, don't feel.
Yes.
I turned it to Elsa for a second.
Perfect. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My dad like came into the room when I was reading it, and he's like, "Hey, you gotta do all this stuff," and I'm like, "Dad, it's happening. The stuff is hitting fans, and I gotta read it."
Yeah, my mom wanted to do all this stuff today, and I was like, okay. Because she wanted to go see my little cousin, who was just born on Wednesday, and I was totally okay with that, because she's the cutest thing ever. So I was totally fine with that, and then she wanted to go do my eyebrows, and I was like, no.
I got a book to finish.
Yeah.
Book to finish, live show to be in.
Oh my god.
The reaction's so funny.
Ow.
Okay, I've got another question now. I think we kind of touched on this as well, but were you interested in the backstory about the Luxon's home planet and what happened to it? Would you like to see it more in the next book?
I
Yes.
want to know.
I need more.
Tell
I
me.
need to know more.
Definitely.
If I
Yeah,
pick up the next book,
They didn't touch on it too much.
You better get it, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, no,
if I pick
definitely.
up the next book and they don't go into it more, I'll be very disappointed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, agreed. I think that's just so fascinating, like, why?
Mm.
I just like I want to know how his parents died. Like, were their parents like killed and then their like powers absorbed? Will they like face those arm that attacked their parents and killed their parents, got their powers? I that's what I want to see. If not a book, then a novella or
Yeah.
fan fiction.
Yeah.
At
I want
least,
to
yeah.
read about
Even a fan fiction.
what was the other twin's name? I can't remember. Damon's twin.
Dawson.
Dawson.
Johnson. Yeah, I want to read more about him. I want to know what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely, because I mean, Damon's pretty much put himself in the exact same situation. So
Yeah.
I'm very interested to see what happened there.
I love how like
Impossible.
Dee was saying like Damon would kill her if she fell in love with a human, and then he just goes and falls in love with Kate, and I'm just like, seriously, like, come on, man, show a little self-restraint.
Did y'all read at the end of the book the part that's actually in Damon's perspective?
Oh yeah,
What?
I kind of skimmed over it, to be honest.
Yeah.
What is this?
Because it was just
Where?
I think it was a spaghetti scene in his
sorry.
It was a spaghetti scene, right? From his perspective.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
the poking the back scene as well.
Very fair. Okay.
Where is it? I gotta read
back?
this. Is it like
There's
behind
a bunch in the
on
back
it?
of
I'm not sure because I read the ebook and it was only the first one. It wasn't the bind up kind of.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, there's a
Celia?
bunch of bonus. There's a bunch of bonus content in the back of this.
Yeah, it
Probably in
says
there.
right there, the bonus materially included
Bonus.
special collector's edition. Dun dun dun. Oh, look.
You're gonna charge me.
First chapter of Obsidian and Damon's point of view.
Oh, let me change my band. Let me change my thingy.
Because you're officially finished.
Yep.
Woohoo!
And
Yeah, when this is over, you know what I'm doing. Reading those extra bonus content.
I'm probably gonna take medicine for my headache.
Oh no!
And then do Spanish homework.
Oh, fun.
Just
I
do
think
a
I
bunch
have
of
like
homework and
history
study.
homework.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to wrap this up in the next 5 minutes. I've got to leave for work.
Okay.
In like
Do
20.
you do like
So,
rapid fire answers?
pardon?
Do you do like rapid fire answers because there are like a lot of questions?
Yeah, there are a lot that we didn't even get to. Okay. So we'll start with this one. What did you think of the DoD involvement in the whole alien affairs?
Thought it was just there.
Yeah.
Again.
Didn't really learn too much about it. You just kind of know their role.
And the
And
guy
it's
in the
sort of-
black with the, like, looking at the missing girl thing, was that, I was confused if that was a DOD or
Yeah.
a RM.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it is too. I have a feeling we'll probably get to know a little more about them, or they might like make an appearance later on. Maybe that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, I think that it'll come up a lot more. Like, there could be a huge issue with the government, maybe them finding out about Katie knowing or something like that later in the books, so it could become bigger later.
Yeah. All right. How about this one? Since no one really knows where Dawson went, do you think he'll reappear in later books?
No.
I don't
Think
think
he's
so. Yeah, I think so too.
I don't think so either, but it'd be interesting if he did.
Yeah, it would.
It would,
Yeah, I
but
think it'd be a big plot twist. It'd be so interesting.
Yeah.
I think, like, he's dead and he's gonna stay dead. Maybe, like, he'll, like, be mentioned and explained more. Maybe, like, someone saw the arm that killed him. Or maybe, like, he has a brother. No, not Katie. The one girl. Something. Whatever her name is. Sarah, maybe. Will, like, have a brother who was there or something. Someone might know information. And, like, you might get more information. But other than that, I think he's kind of dead.
yeah. Same here.
Oh, there's this interesting question. How did you feel about Damon can do anything? He's the best of the Luxon. That kind of annoyed me as well. Well, not really annoyed me.
Sorry, my dog! Hey,
I just felt it was kind of like typical way paranormal.
That really seems to be like the best
Yeah.
with the best powers.
Puppy.
Oh, cutie!
The meat cupcake.
So
Oh.
cute!
3 dogs. He's the baby.
Yeah, no, I feel kind of the same way. Like, it's just kind of like sort of typical of the paranormal thing for them to be like that. So it's kind of like, yeah.
Yeah.
I think, like, do you think someone will come along and overpower him? Like, another Luxon
that'd be
will come
cool.
along and be like the new best of the best?
Definitely possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it seemed like Matthew was the leader of them. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think he was the strongest, but apparently not.
Just the authority figure.
Yep.
You never know. don't seem to. Yeah, we didn't really learn too much about him. So, like, you know how they were saying, like, all the aliens come in groups of threes. Like, where's his family?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to know his
Think
story.
about that.
Yeah.
I want more backstory in the next book.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of characters that we just don't really know too much about. So there's just so much that we can learn. So, yeah, he's a bit of a mystery. He's a bit of an odd one out. So I was like, I'd like to know more.
What do you think about, there's a question that says, what do you think about the tension between the Luxon and the other people at school? Like, what do you think, in the beginning, like, the lady in D, the one lady that was, like, stay away from them or whatever, like, do you think she was, like, meaning Katie, like, if she had a trace on her or something? Or do you think it was, like, D being crazy, the lady being crazy about D?
I didn't really get that. How did everyone like know about? Well, they didn't know, but like, how did they know that those set of people, the Luxon, were different?
Maybe it was like how
Office that they probably came across rude. Like in Twilight, everybody. Well, no, I don't want to spoil it for anybody who hadn't read it, but I feel like they were so standoffish they came across as rude, so nobody wanted to have anything to do with them.
Yeah.
Look at his personality. He's a complete
plus
jerk.
with people like Ash and Damon, like they would think like, oh, they're just rude. Maybe like they don't want to be around Dee because she has a rude brother. They might think she's rude, although that is 100% wrong, and Dee is fantastic.
I think it was mix of that and also the fact that, like, since they came, like, the disappearances and stuff like that, you know, with Dawson and, like, the girl that he was involved with, like, once they came, like, things kind of started happening. So maybe people were suspicious, but, I think, like, weren't they saying that there were, like, a fair few aliens in the town as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, they said there were like 200 out of 500 people.
Yeah, so, because I didn't... Yeah, because I think that I was never really sure, like, at the beginning, especially when she was going out with Dee, and she was getting, like, weird looks from everyone. I wasn't, like, at the start, I didn't realize there was so many aliens. But, like, thinking back, I was like, are they humans, like, kind of, like, weirded out by them, or are they aliens being, like,
Yeah.
I didn't like how it just, like, kind of stopped there. Like, all the other people were, like, watching Katie, not Dee. And I thought, like, I wish there was more of that. Like, it wasn't just, like, it happened once.
Yeah, it only did happen once, didn't it?
Yeah, but in, like, the smoke hole, like, whatever it was, like, all the people were staring at Katie instead of Dee, so maybe it was supposed to be, like, a transitional thing.
Maybe.
Oh, there's a question. What did you think about the scene in which Simon tries to kiss Katie and Damon appears to help her? I read another YA Paranormal a few months back, and something like that happened, and I was like, if you want to do something like this in your book, if you want to write about something like this, you should do it like, I don't want to say better, but it kind of felt like that
More unique.
part was just for just one chapter. Like,
Well, it was predictable. I mean, you knew what was going to happen when she went out in the woods with him, and Damon, you knew that Damon was going to show up. He was going to save the day. It was kind of just one of those things you're used to reading.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, I was just wondering why it was included in the book. Like,
I think it was
really,
there to just start conflict.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we didn't even really see Simon. We didn't actually see him at all for the rest of the book, did we?
Yeah, no, at the start, I didn't get any bad vibes from him until, like,
Yeah.
Prom, and people were like, oh my god, you should stay away. He's a man whore. And I was like, I just didn't get that impression at all.
Yeah, exactly.
At first, I didn't think he was a football player. I thought he was like a cute little nerd with glasses. So I think him cute, and I was just like, go for it, go for it. And then like it said like football player, and I'm like,
Said
oh,
what?
he's a cute little nerd.
Where did that come from? Yeah, when I thought,
Blindsided by it.
I don't know if I'm the only one that thought this, but I thought him I thought either him or the guy that the mom went on a date with were Orams trying to get to Katie.
I did as well.
Yeah.
I actually
I was just like waiting for that to happen, but it didn't.
Yeah, we didn't really see
I
much
didn't
about
expect
like
It's like,
about
okay,
them.
they're not evil. Great.
Maybe it's gonna happen later in later books, but I never suspected that.
I was a bit suspicious about the guy that her mum was dating, but since like we never even like saw him.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's just like, oh, okay. You're normal. You're not evil.
Normal mortal, go away.
We don't care about you, get out.
Okay, I think we're going to have to wrap it up. I did see the question. Oh, there it is. I'll just answer this one as well so people know that are watching, which is, what is the next book for the book club that we're reading this month? And
Is it Vicious?
Yes,
Vicious.
it's Vicious by V.E. Schwab. I would
It's
show
funny,
it,
I
but
got to read the book.
I don't have that book yet.
I gotta buy it now.
Yeah.
I didn't read it for like a long
You
time.
should buy it.
I think that, yeah, and that's an adult one as well.
That's
I'm
cool.
excited
Money.
about that. That's like Jesse's one of his favorite books. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of his favorite authors as well, so
Mhm.
Yeah.
it has me excited. But yeah, I think we're gonna wrap things up now. I've got to leave soon anyhow. So thank you everyone for coming and watching, and thank you so much to all of the hosts for volunteering and being wonderful with the discussion.
Thanks for having
I
us.
wasn't there for half of
Oh,
it.
this is so fun.
I'm sorry about that, by the way.
Oh no, it's all good. It was like it was funny like seeing a live reaction of someone reading it. So
I feel like I was getting silently judged while I was reading it.
I was silently cheering you on, girl. We were in the same boat.
I was trying so hard. Oh my god.
yeah, and thank you also to everyone who was asking questions. I know we didn't get through all of them. There's still heaps of them left, so I'm really sorry if we didn't get around to your question. But yeah, thanks everyone for coming along, and I'll see you next month for the Vicious live show. Bye.
Long.
Nice. Yeah, thanks.